Hi there. So here it is, another day. I'm doing my work, doing sessions, and basically today I found this one little implant that might be affecting a lot of people's lives. And what I'm talking about is these two things. They're completely opposite, but a lot of people might have it. And this is the connection where people are minimalists, where, like very few items to the house, and they're like kind of like they just love that sort of environment. Or they're kind of like the opposite, which is the hoarder, like always constantly buying and just stuffing their whole house and stuff. And you might have it yourself, or you might actually see your relatives doing that. A lot of like this hoarding thing is pretty big thing in the Eastern Europe, for example. People that have like gone through war, people that have gone through like this whole Soviet Union thing. You can actually find a lot of people here, let's say in Lithuania, at least specifically, like older generation, the seniors, like my grandpa does it. And basically the whole house is stuffed with tons of little cups and plates and pots and, like the rug on the, you know, on the wall and stuff. Like there's tons of things. And of course, back then, the more you had, it kind of simple as like, like how rich you are, like, yay, good for you. But now I'm seeing like, like, while most people view it as, sort of personality thing, maybe kind of like a havingness, maybe it's like more like a culture thing. At the same time, I'm sort of noticing it as part of the implant. And some people might have it hard. They might actually feel like, oh, I just hate this, like all this stuff, and they want to donate it, sell it, do whatever, but just get rid of their stuff. Next thing you know, after they're doing, like after it's all gone, it's kind of like they flip, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, I want it back. Damn. And so like people might have those shifts. Some people might just stay in one specific thing, like you're constantly hoarding stuff, or being completely minimalist and like hating when their friend, their spouse, their family like buys something in the house and stuff. So there's a lot of variations. And what I'm talking about specifically is our past lives. So lately I'm working with a lot of people, and specifically looking into their past is because there's a lot of connections, like with our relationships, with our things. But today specifically I'm focusing on hoarding and being a minimalist. And so it's kind of like funny, interesting thing. But basically, these traits come from our past lives. As in, you have a great planet, lots of resources, you have all these great minerals and gold, and like civilization is doing great. And these planets that have all these resources that are doing great, they have much higher chances of being attacked. While the other planets that basically have nothing, kind of like depleted after war and stuff, for example, no chance of getting attacked, like the super small of someone else coming in. And so for a lot of people, this hoarding, like the more we have, like they feel better. But some people start hating it. People like like have their whole house crowded with stuff. All of a sudden, they might feel anxiety and they want to get rid of it because it's kind of like this, like kind of like fear thing that they might get attacked, it might get taken, or like there's some sort of thing like with pride. Like the more I have, the better I feel, and sort of it builds up from the past. Some people like depending on, let's say, their role or who they were. Let's say you are a king, a queen, or someone in the hierarchy who's doing better. You are enjoying your richness, you're enjoying the planet doing like great, you like thriving and stuff. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I said it's not like the technically, or like let's say not connected to the political stuff where you're a big ruler and like, hey, everything's mine, let's go and stuff. No, some people might have this stuff going. Like I can't talk for everyone. But I'm just looking at a lot of planets getting attacked, and then people getting that thing where, hey, I don't want to have anything. I want to be complete minimalist because the more I have, the higher chance of me are getting like attacked. So people, let's say, pass away after death, after something happens, after like these threats, and like let's say they have a lot of things and they get killed, and they make a decision from now on. It's best to not have stuff because the more you have, the more chances are there to get attacked and stuff. So it sort of builds up, and then you move on. And so you're here on Earth. Before coming here, before incarnating, we have to make agreements. And so people make agreements, and it's very much like installing a program on your PC or, let's say, a phone. And a lot of people, when they have to install something, we're just clicking, yeah, agree, next, next, next. We don't read shit. No one's going through that whole list, reading every single line. And there's a whole lot of text. And people just want to play their game faster. They want to join this earth, they want to get the vessel and play this body and do your stuff faster. Like, give me this body right here, right now. I don't care about what the hell is up. And so we miss this massive tome, this massive book of agreements of how things are going to be in our life. And so some people get birth bumps, some people get other issues, but here we are. And so some of these issues from their past life, like for, let's say, our decisions, our perceptions, how we saw life, are now getting flipped against us. And for people who were minimalists, who sort of decide, like, okay, like basically it's a flip, they get the opposite. And now people like get this, like, I need to get more and more and more, because they starts feeling a bit safer, they start feeling better, stronger and stuff. But at the same time, like there are these issues. So I'm just like sort of bringing it up because like interesting, because some people have these things with hoarding and minimalism, and some people like it, some people don't. Some people don't give a fuck, which is totally fine. It's just like we're living in this world where we're sort of like looking at everything with let's say like science, and let's say explain everything with scientific like experiments of why people are this way. But I'm sort of like starting to look at things from a more spiritual view, like how are our past lives affecting stuff. So this is just one of the things I've found, and I'm pretty sure that if we looked at these things, how our past lives can affect the present, and just basically sort of like get rid of these agreements, get rid of these beliefs that like, oh, like the more I have, the more chance I get to of being attacked and stuff. We get rid of these limiting beliefs, and all of a sudden our life becomes more free. Doesn't mean that you have to change. It's just like from now on you're not going to feel certain emotions that will basically be suppressing or scaring you or pushing into this like stress factor. All of that stuff will be gone. So that being said, I guess this is the video. I just wanted to sort of bring this up to your awareness, and hopefully this will help. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.